the excitement senior year kind of heading in. I mean, it's going to be a pretty fun time.
Yeah, last go around, so very excited. And I didn't get to go through spring, so I'm really antsy these last 2 weeks before camp starts to get as much work in as I can and prepare myself for the season.
Are you 100% physically recovered from that?
I am. I got cleared like 2 months ago to give 100% everything.
Philip, can you explain what your role is going to be in the new pro set offense? Do you think it can help maximize yourself towards NFL potential?
I'm playing a traditional tight end, but I don't really know what to define a traditional tight end is anymore. You look in the NFL and you see guys like Gronkowski and Hernandez for the Patriot that are both deemed tight ends, but they play two completely different positions. So in this offense, I mean, I'm going to have my hand down as a pro set tight end. I'm going to still be in the backfield some, playing a fullback type role, and then I'm going to be split out wide playing receiver. So like I said, it's difficult to define what a tight end is, but I guess that's what I'm doing this year is tight end, what it's called.
Does the addition of Stosh give you some kind of flexibility in the offense with him blocking, give you more room to go outside?
It does. Having Jay down at Auburn is going to be really good for not just me but for the whole offense. He gives us that lead blocker, that physical lead blocker that we've kind of been missing in the power run game. And it'll be good in a sense for a power run game because we can line him up at fullback. We can put me at the true tight end spot and then bring in another guy like a Brandon Foles or CJ Uzoma to come in and be that wing blocker. And it just makes defenses have to prepare that much more when you're able to put 3 or 4 different tight end type players that can block, that can run routes and catch the ball all on the field at the same time.
Philip, how hard was it looking back to last season after having such a great season to swallow losing some of the games the way you lost them, lopsided losses like that?
It was tough, you know. That national championship year, we were beating teams by 30 and 20 points, and then to kind of forget how that felt for a whole year, and then to be on the other side of that where you're losing by 20 and 30 points in some games, it doesn't sit well, and you just kind of remember that whenever you're working out in the summer, when you're going through mat drills during the spring, and it really kind of motivates you to not ever let that happen again.
Coach Joseph talked about the bowl game possibly being a turning point. Do you sense that being a turning point for you guys? Do you sense that, just the confidence that comes from that game?
It was. I think the 3 or 4 weeks of practice and build up to that bowl game, our young guys finally matured and realized that they're not young guys anymore. And we had true freshmen playing awesome in that game. Trey Mason ran his tail off. Our offensive line blocked really well, and our secondary played well. And I think it just was a turning point for those freshmen and redshirt freshmen who we relied on that whole season. I think they matured a lot that game and realized that they aren't freshmen anymore.
Coach Joseph talked about how as seniors, you guys have seen, your class has seen so much, the highs, the lows. Going into this final season, how do you think those experiences kind of help you?
It has. I mean, we've kind of been through it all, especially guys like me who were recruited by the previous staff and then stuck with Auburn when Chiswick and then came in. We've been through 2 8-5 seasons, blowout losses to some of your biggest rivals, and then an undefeated season. So we're well prepared for whatever this season has to throw at us.
If you look at why this season may be different, maybe better than last season, what is it? What feels different now compared to a year ago?
Last year, in the offseason, we're expecting a senior to kind of step up and lead the team, and we just never really got that. And then midway through the season, it kind of fell upon my shoulders and Emory Blake's shoulders and some of the other guys who were juniors. And it's just tough going through a whole offseason trying to prepare for a season when you don't really have that leadership. And that's the one thing me and Emory have really been harping on this year, and is that we are the leaders of this team, and it's our team, and we're trying to instill that attitude of that the leaders when we were sophomores and freshmen showed to us, like Cam Newton and Lee Zemba, and we're just expecting excellence from the younger guys like they expected us when we were their age.
Everyone always talks about that senior leadership being so important. You feel that how the process happened, assuming that leadership role midway through your junior year, have you kind of been auditioning for that for some time now? You've kind of been preparing for that for some time now?
Yeah, I mean, I've always kind of seen myself as a leader in whatever I'm trying to do in life, and And it definitely helps in football when you've had that success at this level that I've had, and I've been blessed with the opportunities that I've had. The younger guys are going to naturally look at players like me and Emery who've shown that we've been through the battles and have made plays, and so that's definitely a big help. And then just constantly trying to work on our own self and doing the right thing, and having these young guys try to mirror what we're doing. And it's finally to a point where we've gotten the kind of guys in our program that will, when they're young, come in with humble heads and look at us and just try to do the Auburn way, as we say, and just come in with a level head and compete and just try to get better.
Do you like having the marquee season opener this year, especially against a team that beat you last year to end the winning streak?
I do. Losing that winning streak at Clemson like we did last year was tough for everyone, I think, on our team. And you got to remember, a lot of those guys that lost that game had never lost in college before. A lot of those true freshmen and true sophomores that have played had never lost before. And so I think it was a good loss for us. It was a good learning experience. You hate to lose and you hate to say that, but we learned what it felt like to lose last season, and some of those players had never lost in their Auburn career. So it was going 8-5 is not acceptable in our book, and but at the same time we learned a lot from that season, and we're looking forward to this Clemson game and trying to set this season off on the right foot.
Phil, the events of this summer, what impact has that had on you guys as a football team, and how do you kind of take that with you going forward?
It's been a wild summer. To lose two brothers, even though they weren't with the program, playing with us, working out with us, we were all really close with them, and it, if anything, it's made our team a lot closer. It stinks that you have to have something like that happen for us all to get together and realize how blessed we are, and realize the situation that we're in and how much we have going for us, and then to see something like that just have their lives taken away like that. It just brought us together and humbled us, and it made us want to work harder and honor them on the field this year, and play like it's our last breath, like they took their last breath. And it's humbled us, and I think it's good for all of us because we've realized how blessed we really are.
Will y'all do something to honor them in a visible way?
I'm not sure. I'm sure Coach Chiswick has something planned to honor Ed and Day, but I'm not sure at this point.
With the June 9th incident and the Zeke bike incident, has Chiswick put any kind of limitations on how late y'all stay out and things like that, or is he just leaving it up to y'all to make the right decisions?
No comment.
Talk about Kyle Frazier, his development as a quarterback, kind of where he is right now in your offense.
Kyle has gotten a lot better from last fall to where he's at now. Coach Leffler is a big part of that. He's developed quarterbacks throughout his whole career, from Chad Henne's, Tom Brady's, what he did with Tim Tebow at Florida, helped coach him up. And it's just Kyle has taken that leadership role, and I think last year, being a true freshman, trying to help lead an offense, he wasn't that comfortable with it, but now he's kind of assumed that it's an opportunity for him to take reins of this offense and to get the leadership, and for everyone to kind of assume, or not assume, but he's gained everyone's respect with what he's done this offseason. I think that's really good for his mentality and his confidence going into this fall.